Hey everyone, I am so excited to connect again together as Team Upward, calling this the Upward Call. We're still trying to nail down the right time for everybody. So if you have some input, private message me because I'm open to feedback. But today is all about breakthroughs, and I am giddy excited talking about breakthroughs and talking about just what each one of us is experiencing on a daily basis. There are so many beautiful wins that are happening that are quiet, that are unseen, that are happening inside of us. And that is the most important work, isn't it? It's not about the results. It's not about what happens. It's not about, what you get out of taking action. It is just the work. And so today I have a few people that were able to go to Momentum Academy in Las Vegas with us a couple of weeks ago who are going to share their why for showing up, because why for showing up is a big thing. And it's a time to be real and honest because you're not alone for all of the things that you are struggling with. The why why am I struggling? Why is this so hard to commit to going? Or, everybody's got their battles. So sharing why they showed up and then sharing the breakthrough that happened when they showed up. And I want to hear from those who were there first. And then if we have time, I want to hear from some of you who didn't go, but you're experiencing your breakthroughs as well. So we can all rise and lift one another up. But to start this off, I want to share a quick little video that I mashed up together today of the Momentum Academy in Vegas. So
feel further from redemption. You're the closest you've ever been. Rock bottom is a firm foundation. You'll see, my friend, this is not a breakdown, it's a breakthrough. This is not a midnight, it's a brand new morning when it dawns on the dark. No, this is not the moment when it all falls apart. It's a beautiful place to start. And find yourself thanking the storm, 'cause the floodgates have opened. You let go of standing on the edge, what the future's holding. Hear your prayers turn from begging God to praising Him. As you find it, He's always been much closer than the air you're breathing. So breathe in, my friend. This is not a breakdown, it's a breakthrough. This is not a midnight, it's a brand new morning when it dawns on the dark. No, this is not the moment when it all falls apart. It's a beautiful place to start. It's a beautiful place to start. The hardest part is the letting go. And sometimes it feels impossible. There's still love. Feel further from redemption.
all right. Oh, I hope everybody could hear that and see that. And I hope that blessed you a little bit in your day. Oop. So, it's so good to see so many faces on here. Anyway, I wanted to share that. I'm going to try to somehow get that sent out to the team and post it in Just Upward. But without further ado, for those of you who could hop on, and I know you might have to go in between patients, Billy, will you get us started with why you showed up and your breakthrough takeaway from this event?
Yes, watching that video is so good again. Seems like so long ago, but it really wasn't. Yes, so gosh, there was a lot. I had to get my book out with all my little notes, but I mean, my biggest thing was seeing Chad grow. That was huge. But Tanya's speech, one of her things that she said was, God does not place things in your hands without a purpose. And I thought that was pretty incredible. And it kind of hit like, um, and somebody said, you're really dumb for not sharing what this product really does. And that is my thing too, because sometimes you hold back because you're like, oh, they don't want to spend the money, they don't want to do it. And um now that you hear the stories and you see what it's doing for people, that you realize that, you never know how you can change someone's life. So that was huge. I mean, all the speakers were great, but it activation improves lives and it gives people hope. The woo, focus on what you want to create, the window of opportunity. Those are just huge things. Energy, it's your example and it grows. Choice over chance. Those are just big things that were big takeaways. And um, yeah, it was a great thing. And if you ever get the chance, you've got to go. That was my first one in 3 years, so it was pretty incredible.
That's so awesome. And you're living proof that even if you don't get to an event, you can still be here sharing this gift. And it's just so cool. Do you know why? Why did you decide to show up?
I mean, like you said, I've been doing this for 3 years, and I know what it's doing for people. And I've always had like legitimate excuses, and I just know I've always wanted to go. And especially now that Chad's on board too, and he's seen it, the lives it's changing, and it's just fun to do that together. But it's just yeah, just want to grow more with it.
So cool. So
Hmm.
cool. And he can't be on. Is there anything you want to share on his behalf?
Um, yeah, the fear of sharing, the fear of um because you have this like they said, chiropractors have this huge target on their back. You get network marketers always coming. So that was his thing. That's another thing. It's another thing. But then I think when he's heard me talk and seen what it's done for my patients, myself, and even him, he's like, okay, this is legitimate. And then for him just to see the family, that it's
Mm,
it's more than just a network marketing business. It's a family, and just the true, how everybody wants everybody to succeed. It's not just the person at the top one, it's everybody. So that was pretty cool.
I love that so much, Billy. Thank you. Now, quick, because I know that there's people on here, we don't all know each other, and there's going to be people that are kind of brand new to Team Upward seeing this. So, Billy, will you introduce like who you are and what you do for a living, and then your husband as well, and just so everybody knows?
Yeah. So I live in Northwest Iowa. I'm a nurse practitioner and I do a lot of hormone therapy. That's my primary practice. So I do a lot of blood work and kind of get the baseline for everybody. So this just fits in perfect with everything. My husband's a chiropractor. I have been doing my practice for a little over 3 years, and he's been a chiropractor for 20. So
Mm,
he's seen and done a lot, but that's kind of our story and our journey, and it's fun to grow together. And I mean, anything natural and the science behind it, like you just say, I mean, it's proven. It's on PubMed. Just go search it up. You
I
don't
love
have
it.
to know everything about it. Just it works. So
Ah, thank you so much, Billy. I really appreciate you sharing.
yes, yes. Well, thanks for everything you do and being patient with me because I haven't been able to do anything.
Not true, not true, you guys. All right, you guys, that's awesome. Let's have another person share that was there. On my screen, the next person is Mrs. Angela West. I would love for you to share a little bit about who you are, your background, and why you came and what your breakthrough was.
Um, yes, name is Angela West. What do I do? I work for a school right now at Strong Reds in Indianola. I am the home ec or FCS teacher right now, and then front desk this year. Why did I go? Um, because one of the biggest things they say to get better is to go to every event, get on every Zoom call, and I am trying my hardest to do all that. Just really pounded in me, I guess. But I went to the last one in Texas, And that was kind of a spur of the moment one. But after going to that, it's just rejuvenation. And I think I've mentioned this before, but LifeVantage is more than just a product to help my health. The family part of it and the building of yourself is probably even more important for me because it, like, just, I think Texas was momentum. This one it was breakthrough. I mean, who doesn't need all those in different parts of their life besides just work? So,
Oh my goodness, I could cry because I know the pain that you were in and the condition that your health was in before LifeVantage entered it. And for me to hear you say this growing opportunity for me personally is bigger than that, that brings tears to my eyes. That's a wild statement, Angela, and I just want you to know that's huge to say because both of them are so important. Like you can do both now.
mhm.
And in that video, if you didn't catch it, Angela got to walk across the stage. They recognized her for her rank advancement. And next time, I'm excited to see her walk across that stage again because she's continuing to share and grow and just blossom. So good job, girl. Oh, and will you share a little bit about the two guests that you had with you at that event and what that meant for you and maybe for them since they're not on the call?
Yep. I so my husband was supposed to come with me, and he had to go to a different conference. So my mom is also a consultant, but not active. And so I invited her to come along with, and so she got to enjoy a lot of the breakthroughs as well. And then my daughter has been always thinking about it, and she's needing that extra guidance mentally and with a job. And she absolutely loved the environment. She's trying to put her life together, but I think this week she's going to become a consultant. So, but yeah, she's really excited to get into this, and she thought what I thought of it too, where it kind of meets her perfectly. So,
Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. It was really exciting to see her just shine in that environment. She was just like soaking it all in and she was just lit up like she had found her people. And the other thing that I thought was so cool is when you walked across that stage, she looked at you, she's like, "Mom, I'm so proud of you." And it just was really cool for her to see her mom stepping into her greatness. So good job, Angela. We just so thankful to have you in our corner. Like you really truly do make us all better. So thank you. All right, next on my screen, I have Joanna.
All right. Who we are, what we do, and why we went. Is that right? Okay. So I'm Joanna Rice. I do a lot of things. Um, my official job title, I work part-time at our church as a volunteer coordinator. I am also full-time homemaker, full-time homeschooling mom, full-time caregiver for my husband. Um, yeah, I think that's the bulk of my many hats. Why we went. I think in order to say that, I need to start with why I wasn't gonna go because I wasn't. I was not planning on going to this one, even though I had been at the previous two, and I know how amazing and important the events are, and my heart wanted to be there, but then when Mark was given a poor prognosis of a 6 to 12 month life expectancy, I put everything on pause. Absolutely everything. I was still praying over it of, okay, God, I want to be there, but I just, I don't know that I'm supposed to. So you're going to have to make it really obvious. So that's what I was doing. And about 2.5 weeks before Momentum, my husband said, "Hey, don't you have another LifeVantage event coming up?" And I said, "Well, yeah, there's a Momentum coming up." "Well, where's that one at?" "It's in Vegas." "Okay, I want to go with you." So it wasn't even a question on if I was going or not, even though I wasn't planning on it. It was just, I want to go with you. And that is what really spurred me into it. He's like, if it's even remotely financially possible, I want to be there. So I didn't honestly, I didn't even look. I just prayed through it and I said, okay, God, like, make it happen. And he did. He opened up doors and made it so that we could get cheap tickets for us to both be there, and then provided for flight, provided for hotel, provided for all of the things. And I'm so, so glad that we were there, because I have so many takeaways, but some of the top for me are: when you feel like you don't belong, you either disappear or you perform like you don't need anything. And that sums up a whole lot of most of my life, quite honestly. While we were sitting there, there was our keynote speaker. I don't remember what he said. He said something, and it spurred a thought in my brain. So I jotted that down of, huh, I stopped opening my mouth and stopped putting myself out there because I didn't want to be taking attention away from God. I didn't want people to see me thinking I was seeking attention and then not show him in our story. So I stopped sharing. And that hit me with this takeaway. You either disappear, I stopped talking, or you perform like you don't need anybody. So in our cancer journey and all of the things, there's a lot of people that are like, hey, what can we do to help? What can we do? Sometimes I legit don't know. And sometimes I just push through it because, no, it's okay. We got it. Perform like you don't need anybody. But my big breakthrough was with breaking the boards, to not be afraid to shine the light that God has given. And since we've been home and spending a lot of time in prayer, that's one of the things that God was showing me and telling me specifically, just straight to my soul. It was amazing. Of you look out at the night sky and you see the moon, and the moon is beautiful and it's radiant and all of these things. And some people, yes, they worship the moon, but the moon was created to reflect the light of the sun. It can never, ever outshine the sun. I was created to reflect the glory of God and the Son of God in Jesus, and I can never outshine that. And so that has helped me, and being there has helped me to break through that stopping point, whether it's sharing Life Vantage, sharing my faith, sharing our cancer journey, sharing whatever it is that the Lord has put on my heart. It's helping me to bust through that and not be held back because, oh no, what if somebody thinks I'm doing or saying this for attention? It doesn't matter. It's all about Jesus.
Oh, thank you. And then how cool was it? Not only are you having this breakthrough, but in the process, Life Vantage is like, we're going to pull you guys up on stage and really put the spotlight on you for a
Oh my
minute.
word.
And if you saw that in the video clip too, it was just so cool for them to honor Joanna and Mark and kind of just love on them for a minute, which that moment too, we don't even know the implications of just her sharing a little bit of their story could do to ripple effect and bless other people that were hearing it. And I get just, oh, y'all,
It still makes
beautiful.
me cry.
It was really beautiful. It was a beautiful moment. So thank you, Joanna. I'm so glad we're recording this so we can go back and listen to that again. Thank you. Dr. Phil Scow, I am so glad to see your face on here. Would you please share?
Sure. I think my takeaway was actually seeing people step into their thing like Joanna and um, prioritizing things. So anyway, she makes me cry. Yeah, I mean events are good. It's that's where decisions are made, and yeah. So I'll leave it at that. It was very good.
Oh, you're making me cry. Goodness gracious. For those of you who don't know, Phil is a chiropractor in Minnesota, and his wife, Karen, she runs a pretty significant, busy business in, oh goodness, what's the word? Phil, help me out.
Closed
Capture.
captioning.
There we go. got it. And so it's just, but they are tremendous leaders in our team. Yeah, were you going to say something?
I was just gonna finish that off that yeah, so yeah, sorry about that. I didn't do much of an intro there. So Joanna got me. Yeah, we've been with LifeVantage for 7 years. We've been came in through Amy and Grant and just learning to get more belief in what we're doing and more belief in the whole process of network marketing. And I'll just tell you that, there's some big things coming in the next year with LifeVantage with that people really want to jump on board and work hard now. But the team, the culture there, seeing people together, um, it just doesn't get better than that. So uh, events like that are always good. They're always uplifting, and they always bring you back a better person. And you're not sure what you're going to get. For some people, it's the breaking the board. For me, that was good, but there was just seeing people do other things was really probably even more impactful for me.
Oh, that's so
So
true. It's so true. It's like that's a true example of like you being the leader of like it's even more exciting for me to see others breaking through now because you've been showing up for so long and doing that work and taking that action. And oh, Chad, Billy, Phil, and Karen poured into my daughter so much. Oh, beautiful. It's just the power of community, you guys. Beautiful. Thank you, Phil. Let's see here. Grant.
You want me to say something? Um, I really feel like I've grown up in this business. Amy and I were 26 or 27, right around there when we said yes. And I just can't imagine our lives without our LifeVantage people. And, for the last year, I got pulled into some other things. I do still work a day job, a W-2 income earner, and I've just really been able to sit back after having stepped away for a bit of time and just re-feel all the feels of watching you guys interact. I'm so encouraged by your guys' energy, by the way that you have relationships with each other, showing up and doing the same things that Amy and I have done for year after year after year. And I'm just encouraged by seeing other people do the same thing. And so you guys are such an encouragement to me, and I thank you for that. So why did I go? Because I can't imagine our lives without our products. I can't imagine our lives without each one of you. And just the LifeVantage experience that we've had over the last 10-ish years. A key takeaway that I learned, I don't have like a one-off quote or a certain or specific speaker, but there's a turning point of time, and I think Phil just kind of alluded to it. There is a turning point that is happening right now inside of LifeVantage, and some people are going to sit and pause and still think, and then some people are going to go do and take action. And I don't think I would have been in that mindset had I not gone to this event to really realize that and decided what direction, what side of the fork of the road that I want to be on. We're getting a new CEO. Steve's been great to us. Steve needs to go enjoy his wife. I'm so glad that it's on such good terms, you guys. Way too many times, and I'm not here to preach or anything like that, but just way too many times in corporate spaces, a CEO moves on because they didn't do great things, they didn't do good things, they saw grass greener on the other side of the fence or something like that. And this is literally a transition of a man who wants to go spend more time with his wife and go prioritize her. And therefore, we needed to go find somebody new. And I can't imagine a more beautiful way to say goodbye to one great leader And at that same breath, I can celebrate that. And then I can celebrate the excitement of what's to come that Phil's talking about. And that energy right there, you guys, the event, looking forward, that energy, I can feel it. And I'm excited for that's what I took away. I'm excited for where we're going from this space where each one of us gets to go if we make that decision of I'm not going to sit here, I'm not going to remain passive. I'm going to make a decision and I'm going to go. So
Thank you, baby. Beautiful. I saw a couple more people pop on that I want to make sure get to share before I close this up. Dawn, are you in a place where you can share? I know you said you'd be driving. I can't hear you. I know you're unmuted, but I can't hear you. Thank you, Phil. Appreciate you. Well, Dawn, we might have to come back to you because I cannot hear you. Oh, connecting to audio. There we go. Are you talking? I'll come back to you, Dawn. Katie, are you able to share? I think you're driving too.
I am.
Kate, so Kate,
I'm sorry, I missed what was in the beginning. Do you want to, is
yep.
there anything that, based on your and I's conversations, you want me to share?
So yeah, you kind of missed a cry fest, but it's good. We are just sharing who we are, a little bit of our background, and then why did you show up to conference and what your breakthrough was.
Oh, okay. I am Katie Smith. I have been in LifeVantage for about 18 months. I'm a registered dietitian. I have zero experience with network marketing prior to this company. I actually usually ignored all of those avenues as a healthcare provider because I get asked, I've been in the space 20 years, health and fitness industry, 11 as a dietitian. So I get asked to look at hundreds and hundreds of products nonstop, and the vast majority of them are very low quality. So anyway, I'm here, and that story is for another day. Happy to share that more one-on-one if anybody's interested. But I went to my first event for the purpose of the healthcare provider meeting, which I thought was really unique for a company like this, and to be able to grow my network and expand people to be able to ask questions of when I have clients and people asking for products, just to be able to network with not only the healthcare providers, but people have been in the company for a really long time, because I thought it was really unique that this was not a flavor of the week that happens all the time in health spaces, right? Products come in, products come out, companies come in, companies come out, and this was different. And that was very much validated in my first event, but the last two events have just been exponentially even better. I don't know if that's just Momentum Academy. I've only been to 3 events, 1 global, 2 Momentum now. But just the training that happens is so much beyond products. The professional and personal development, I think, was something that I did not at all expect. I've done a lot of that in my career, but I've stepped away from my previous career as a faculty member, where I had a lot of that kind of structured into my work environment. And now being an independent contractor and owning a private practice, it was kind of cool to be able to see that these events are offering that, because you have to be much more intentional about carving out time for that when you aren't employed in academia or corporate America, I feel like. So that was probably the takeaways that I had, were just some of the things that I came into perspective with at this last event had absolutely nothing to do with the business. They were other things that I was thinking through in my place personally and professionally, and have been able to have much more clarity and take pretty big action on some of those things in my life in the last 2 weeks since returning home from Vegas. So that's my story.
Wow, that is so well said too. I just don't think that anybody can capture like exactly the ability to grow in so many different ways and so many different avenues, and you just did that. You shared that because it's so beautiful how it's infiltrating everything. It's really neat. Thank you. Dawn, are you able to talk now? Still can't hear you, girlfriend. You know what I think you need to do? You need to log out of the Zoom and hop back in, and then you'll be able to get your sound connected. I will go ahead and share. I know we're hitting the 5 o'clock hour, so just so who I am. Amy, Grant's other half. Been here for 10 years. We celebrated 10 years this April, and it's been quite a journey. It's such a blessing. And like Katie just said, the ability to just grow and expand. Well, so many just said it, just the ability to grow and expand in ways that you never expected. When we started this journey, just being very young, being very broke, not carrying influence, and feeling like, how am I ever going to impact people's lives if nobody listens to me, right? And what I found is in this journey, you take that step, you take that action, you show up to that event, or something happens. And it was kind of like I had a brick wall in front of me. And I'll never forget, like, a training that I showed up to was like everything that I did took a brick off that wall, and I just removed that wall and was able to start stepping through. And I think that that's just the case for any of us. And it just it infiltrated in every part of our lives. So when you come to this event after you've been doing it 10 years, and we have been showing up to every single event for 10 years, non-negotiable, you start to think, okay, sometimes you start to think, all right, do I need it? Of course I need it. That's not even a question. So when I'm showing up to this next event, it's like I just showed up with hands open. Okay, God, what do you have for us? What do you want from us? You've given us this beautiful team, these beautiful people. I'm not here to control anybody. I'm not here to be anybody's boss. I'm not here to push people into things. I'm here to just love and support the people that said yes and be there for them on their journey. And I think it's been such a beautiful blessing. And so showed up to that event. And again, we've been to so many events, so many events. And this one was again standalone, different in a way that when it talked about being a breakthrough, it was a beautiful breakthrough event where people stood up and shared authentically, raw, real, no performance to give, just who they were, the journey that they've been on, and what they are offering. And I literally cried through the entire event, like off and on, and I just looked like a hot mess, but I could not stop the tears. I couldn't stop the flow. And I think that what hit me the most is there's a lot of noise everywhere right now. Everywhere. There's just noise. We are seeing network marketing companies like cray cray, and we're seeing like influencers and social media people doing this and that and whatever. And the grass is always looking green or something. I don't know. There's a lot of noise. And then there's a lot of ick. And I just think ick is prevalent. And when we sat there, I didn't feel any of that. I don't feel that in our culture. We have something different here. And it's just beautiful how they have not only structured LifeVantage to be different than every other company, how they not only have tools and technology that is different than every technology, but how it's formulated a culture that really loves one another and lifts one another up and is real and authentic. We have nothing to prove. We have nothing to, we're not showy. We're just real. And if you are wanting that in your life, I encourage you to really plan to get to the next one, because that's what we are doing and that's where we're going. And I think in a world full of fake, this place, these people, they are standing apart as real. And I think that's the part that just gets me so excited. So anyway, yeah, I'm excited. Dawn, can we hear you yet?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay,
Okay, I have
girl.
to go out and come back in. So I'll keep it short and sweet. I just I've been to actually several of these meetings, and I love every single one. And I've kind of been somebody who has found my comfort level and just kind of skated along there. And everybody who shared, the messages have just been amazing today. And I think my big breakthrough pairs a lot with just the sense of belonging. And I've shared this with Karen and Phil, but probably not with the group as a whole. But I was always raised with a sense of um, that a person strives to have enough and love God and care for one another, but aiming for wealth is sinful. And so that's been challenging. That's why, sometimes when I'm at these meetings, I look at other people and I see people walking across the stage and everybody's, but like you said, the culture isn't like that. Even the people who are making a lot of money are not doing it because they're trying to be rich or famous. Like the culture is so real. And that's amazing. And so I think my big breakthrough is just accepting, that same sense of, like was shared earlier, is God puts us where we belong. And that accepting my place and being comfortable sharing with people and is a blessing. So I guess that's it.
I love that, Dawn. I just read a book, The Dishes Can Wait by Holly Tommett, and she was one of our speakers on stage.
Mhm.
And in that book, she talked about kind of the same mentality of like seeking, get wealth is not a good thing, kind of that mentality that she grew up with. And Dr. Brett Brimhall spoke on stage, and I was there for it. And she mentions this in her book where he said, we need a lot of good people making a lot of money so we can help a lot of people. And that always stuck with me. And it was kind of when I got out of my way about that mentality too. And that's what I see all the leaders that are on stage doing. When Grant and I were in Thailand, we got to sit with the top people in the company, like the people that have been in it since the beginning. By the way, anybody can go to the top. This is the only structure where anybody can go to the top, and we've surpassed, people 6 levels above us, but we were sitting with these guys, and they're all family men and women who treasure one another. They love their spouses. They put their family first. They put God first. They put their family second, and then they put this business. But then secondly, now I'm like, well, what do you do now that you are presidential in this company? And like literally they have millions of dollars worth of volume going through their business every month. And almost every single one of them said, I'm putting it back into the church. I'm doing missions work with it. I'm welcoming people to our home. We're doing events weekly. We're feeding people. Like all of them are putting this back into service. And it got me so emotional. That's the kind of impact that you can do that's far beyond LifeVantage. And I'm like, wow, these are the people that pioneered our company, and it's our turn to take that baton and be able to do the same. And that's something that Grant and I don't take lightly, and we've been able to do the same through this process. And it's like, wow, I can really impact lives quietly. Things that you guys think I put everything on social media? I don't. There's so many things we do behind the scenes, and it's such a gift. And I think that that's such a gift. So all that to say, you guys, we are out of time, but thank you every single person for sharing, for showing up. I'm going to post the replay in Team Upwards so you can tag any teammates that missed it. And we might have to do round 2 because about half the people that came weren't able to show up today. So, all right, y'all, I love you so much. I'm so thankful you came on. We'll see each other soon.